Hey guys, it's your boy. We back with more Multiplied content. And as we saw the new live stream for the update, and it kind of revealed a lot of stuff to us about the epic quest, the characters, the typings, and how much you will probably have to spend in terms of crystals and materials. Because we saw a lot of good changes and a lot of some really weird changes and the weird stuff with the epic quest. Usually, I'm the kind of person who's like really excited for the epic quest. Like it's freaking epic quest. We don't get them all the time. We don't get them yearly. We get them probably like every 2 years or something like that. So I was really hoping for something humongous and big with the epic quest. Sadly, I don't see anything big coming to this update with this thing, at least for now, unless the patch notes actually change something and they have some hidden stuff that they have not shown us through the live stream, and we'll see that. And while we were live streaming, obviously we also saw the beautiful key art. I obviously just love this. It looks pretty awesome. Middle Pride in the middle looks fantastic as heck. Just look at the face, she looks crazy. Havoc looks insane. Exodus looks nice. Sadly, he only looks nice here. They kind of really butchered him because he's the only character out of all the five characters that we're getting in the five, actually more, like the only character in this whole update who's gonna stay as tier 2. Now I feel mid-month patch, I think they will give Exodus the tier 3 because they also know that tier 2 heroes are totally useless. They're only useful in maybe some content with the buff, just like Wasp is at the moment, and others as well. I feel like Wasp also has transcendent or not, I forgot. Anyways, it doesn't actually matter. So I really hope that they gave Exodus the tier 3 with the mid-month patch. Apart from that, we saw other characters like Hope Summers being the deluxe pack character. Also, because Hope Summer actually is a deluxe pack character, I had to actually take the screenshot. She's gonna be a 7, like this deluxe pack is gonna be exactly the same, maybe a bit lower than the Eternals deluxe pack. So you basically either spend about $50 to get it if you don't want to spend the crystal, which might be cheaper for some players who buy crystals who might know better value. I have no idea how much crystals you can buy for $50. It's USD dollars, so US dollars. Or you spend 7,700 crystal to get this deluxe pack. And with the deluxe pack, you actually get the acquire bonus quest rewards, which will be including the Hope Summers bios, some more stuff like non-stone. I don't like this. Like, we are literally we are gonna have the 9th year anniversary from all future fight. It's freaking 2024. They're still giving non-stones. I don't think any new player will be able to buy this thing without spending money, first of all. And if they're spending money for 7,700 crystals epic quest, I don't think they will need non-stone of brilliance or whatever they're called. I forgot. Whatever the like non-stones are definitely not needed. If it was like non-stone of chaos, I would understand. It's good tier 2 material, sort of like that. But like basic non-stones, I'm not exactly happy with that. Apart from that, you also get acquire 6-star Hope Summers instantly while purchasing this thing, which usually is the case with all the deluxe pack characters. And then you unlock the Sinister Schemes mission, which will be the extra mission, basically a deluxe pack mission, which will give you the rewards. Although they have not shown what rewards we will be able to get from the deluxe pack. Like the Eternals actually have 3 of them. The one actually gives you the extreme boost ISOs, which is the same as the Moonstone one. And then the other two, where Makari is there, and there is other one with Gilgamesh, which actually gives you artifacts. Okay, so they have not shown that will we be able to get Hope Summers and other characters artifact from the deluxe pack, or is going to be some entirely different sort of rewards that we will be able to get. I really hope it's not mutant materials, because they have a 6,000 material cap. You cannot even hold more than that, and after one point they kind of become useless. After this update is done, maybe in a month from now, unless we like keep getting mutants every month or every 2 months, the materials become obsolete. You have to either sell them or you have to craft them to make maybe cards or Odin's cards, or maybe obelisk, which is not good. But again, it kind of becomes a burden because of the 6,000 cap. Maybe they increase the cap this time for the mutant materials to like maybe 7,000 or 8,000. That would be really helpful, but I'd really doubt that they will do that. Anyways, the value for just one deluxe pack, 7,700, I don't think it's, I don't know if it's gonna justify the cost, because usually when you spend 6,600 crystals for a deluxe pack character, you get, I think, 1,500 or something back. If I'm correct me if I'm wrong, I think you get 1,500 back. So I'm not sure how many crystals we will be getting back from the epic quest after we get this pack. So everything is just a mystery until probably we get the patch notes on Tuesday right before the update. So we'll see about that. Apart from this deluxe pack here, obviously we have Havok as the main character which we will be able to get through the epic quest. We're gonna have 55 different missions in this epic quest. Now we don't know what missions it will actually be including in the epic quest. It could be GVR, it could be anything. So whenever the update lands or the day before, whenever after the reset, do not do anything apart from story or dimension rift. Also, only play if somebody is opening a dimension rift, I would say also save dimension rift entries, because the epic quest mission might include dimension rift entries to clear the mission sometimes. Dimension mission also will be the one to keep an eye on, because that is the most energy draining epic quest mission. Usually it happens with all the epic quests, and it's really hard to keep track and of the energy because of that particular mission, because they are basically so hard, and the drops that we get for the material required to finish this mission are honestly not exactly reliable. So I would say do not do any missions, and we'll see about that. Apart from this thing, we obviously saw this whole page which looks pretty nice. We have the story, we have the search and research mission, which is the one that I said, dimension of 10 probably dispatch or something like that. You'll have to spend a lot of energy to get that. Then we have the time travel mission, brother in crisis mission, which might include Cyclops mission, one of them. We have for unfortunate fate, and then we have sinister schemes, which is the deluxe pack mission, and then the end. I think the unfortunate fate is the one where you can get, I believe they said Exodus bios. So Exodus might just be like Colossus, which might drop bios as a striker if you have a, like if you get him as a striker while running a mission on auto. Clear tickets we are not getting, and we do not get the Colossus bios. So I think you'll have to auto the whole thing, to actually see the main value of this whole scenario. Apart from that, like if you just look at the characters, again we have Havok as the blast mutant male superhero. He's a transcendent character, but unless he provides some big boost support for other characters, I see no value in this character apart from Alliance Conquest. But again, every character that we get, new one, is a addition to Alliance Conquest and Shadowlands, so it's not exactly something to praise of. So I really hope, being the main character of the story of this epic quest, he does provide some good value to all the players, hopefully something. So we'll see about that. He could also be a better leadership compared to Cyclops, because we are not sure if Cyclops is getting a uniform right now or not. I think he will, or if he not, because the update is already getting very expensive with 7,700 crystal for the deluxe pack plus the Rachel Summers uniform. That's gonna make almost 9,000 crystal epic quest already. So I feel they will give uniform to Cyclops and tier 3 to Exodus during the mid month, but we will see. He could be the replacement as a main leadership on the mutant day for Cable, but we will see about that. Apart from that, we obviously have Exodus being a universal mutant male superhero character, having the energy projection, I believe it is, and the command tag. So again, tier 2 character only, so totally useless. He's gonna stay useless until he gets a tier 3. I feel just like Omega Red, he's gonna be a totally useless character unless he provides some really good value for Alliance Conquest teams. I don't see any big value coming from him to sort of save him anyways. Now, talking about the Maiden Prior, the end character that we should be getting after getting all those characters to tier 2, Rachel Summers and all the other mutants. She's obviously the sort of like the clone of Jean and here and there, and she looks very similar to Jean as well if you look at her face and everything. Obviously, Blast Mutant female supervillain, but she is only gonna stay tier 3. You will get her as a native tier 2, then you can advance her later down the line to tier 3. But tier 3 is not gonna be able to compete with Jean Grey. So no, it's not gonna be Madeline Pryor Jean versus Jean sort of like scenario. It's not gonna happen, because it's a tier 3 versus tier 4, unless they gave her specific tools to counter Jean Grey in PvP, which I don't think they will give to a brand new character. And Jean honestly is too strong. No matter what you do, it's really easy for Jean, even on auto, to kill most of the character in the whole game at the moment, and she's gonna get even more buff with the new Odin's blessings, which is pretty fantastic. I don't know what to say. So I'm not sure what exactly to expect from this girl, but that's how it actually goes around. Apart from the character wise and everything, it looks pretty fantastic. Obviously, the scenery and everything, the cutscenes will be pretty nice when you play it yourself. The logo and everything looks nice, and I really feel like Madeline Pryor, whatever we get, and whenever we get this girl, I really hope it's not this scenario. You might have seen this meme, the boss when you fight him and the boss when you unlock him as a playable character. I think this is gonna be the uh, exact scenario. Once you actually have Madeline Pryor, she might look insane, but honestly, I really doubt that she will be OP of any sort, and this meme is gonna be probably repeated. Not to mention, we are also getting this new, I don't know what it's called, power saving theme, I suppose. Now I wonder if they're charging 1,100 or 200 crystal or whatever for this thing, because usually we get 6,600 deluxe pack. Right now we have 7,700 deluxe pack, and we are getting this one for free from the deluxe pack. So are they charging 1,100 crystal for this thing? And you don't even know. I'm not sure, maybe, because I don't care. I got the Luna Snow icon from the whatever it is, I forgot, archive. Yeah, I don't need a new power saving mode theme. It's honestly a collector's item. So if you really want to get it, so I don't see really a value apart from that. The character that you're gonna need is gonna be Havok, obviously tier two, all of them. Exodus, Rachel Summers, Kid Omega, Cyclops, Cable, and Hope Summers to get to get Madeline Pryor as a native tier 2 at level 1. Then you use basically feathers and stuff like that to get her to tier 3 after the line. So that's gonna be the overview of the whole theme. And the only good thing, the other things, sorry, that we actually getting with this update, uniform options are this, although it's not really that important. Heart of Darkness and Colossus are good. Apart from that, Domino is good. I don't see any value in the new Juggernaut and Kitty Pryde uniform unless somebody was using Juggernaut for the ABX meta back in the days. So that's basically how it is. On top of that, Kid Kaiju is okay, just a side character. Cyclops as a surprise tier from the Epic Quest, like, it's a trash value. It gives absolutely trash value. I'm really disappointed with how they decided. I'm not sure why they decided Cyclops right now. So let's just consider the possibilities. If Cyclops gets a uniform, if okay, that will make it a 10,000 crystal update already without the mid month. Okay, if Cyclops get a uniform, we this update becomes a 10,000 crystal update including the deluxe pack and everything, and we get Cyclops, which I feel is gonna be totally useless except of some cases. Now, why do I say totally useless and total skip, you know, for this thing? Cyclops, say he already has the Phoenix 5 villain uniform, okay? If he gets obviously a hero uniform, which I think he will, if he gets it during mid month, right now with the current uniform, he is nothing but a leadership and a support. And you can say a semi support for Cable for the shock season. Other seasons he's replaced by Polaris already. So unless he gets a better leadership and better passive compared to Polaris, he will still stay out of meta even if he becomes tier 4, okay, with the current uniform. If he gets a hero uniform, he can be used on obviously on the Blast Mail Day, but Magneto is too strong, too strong. He cannot compete with Magneto. If he gets a villain uniform, Magneto is too strong in ABL and he cannot compete with Magneto unless the uniform that he will get, the uniform that he might get, okay, we don't even know that yet. The uniform that he might get, if that uniform is OP as hell, and then he might be able to take the Blast Villain Day back from Magneto, maybe then he could be useful, or he's able to beat Cable for the Mutant Day, which I don't think is possible because Cable is stronger than Magneto in Alliance Battle Legend and he scores higher, especially with the theme. So, all around value, I don't see anything that Cyclops can add to your roster. Probably a collector's item for someone who does all the tier 4s can just do him. But as a new player, moderate player, low spending, free to play players, or a whale, he does basically provide zero value. at least at the moment, without the uniform, unless we have patch notes with the uniform again, which makes it a 10,000 crystal epic quest in total, an update, which is horrible, horrible. I hope that doesn't happen. So I feel it. He probably can get the uniform mid-month, but we will see about that. But total skip at the moment, I don't see any value. The only thing in this update which kind of feels like it could be a must-have and it's gonna be a good investment on elemental characters are the new elemental Odin's blessings. These are gonna be better than the regular Odin's blessings. The double energy attack, which is the magic one, and the double physical attack, which is strike one, are still gonna be, I believe, the best Odin's blessing for all the other characters. But for elemental characters, they will be replacing at least one line of Odin's blessings. You can equip up to 4 Odin's blessing of same type on a character. That's the limit. So for someone like Jean Grey, which already is OP, after theme she became even more OP. After Sin and Black Cat uniform, she became even more OP. And now after the Flame, all basic attack and fire damage Odin's blessing, she becomes even more OP. I don't know why they keep pushing Jean Grey. They are really going all the way for Jean Grey. They made her the absolutely freaking monstrosity of a character, the definition of overpowered. She is irreplaceable. You can play her with the CTP of Rage in the most dedicated PvP game modes and still be around the top with that. That's ridiculous. Okay. Luna Snow is OP as heck right now. On top high end account, she's doing 16 plus million in Alliance Battle Legend. She's doing 20 plus million with the 3-year-old uniform in ABX. Now gets a cold damage and all attack on his blessing. Why? Like, yeah, it can help like mighty rage players who have that, but once you raise the cap, they will still need the brilliance and you will see need the cap. So unless the cap is raised, they're making her more strong. So even if we get say 20 million cap for ABX, Luna Snow is gonna hit it as long as she has this thing. We saw like she gets about like 5-6% cold resist from the theme. She gained massive points. Okay, she got like I think 5% cold damage or something from the theme. She gained massive points. If we get about 2% elemental damage from this thing, one line of these Odin's blessings is able to give you around 7 to 8% elemental damage. 8% elemental damage for certain characters like Jean Grey and Luna Snow is humongous and they are gonna explode. Lightning, I feel they are just doing it for Odin to make him absolutely certain meta over Star Lord. He's meta, but for people who cannot play Odin, now they will be able to score like I think you can say consistently higher compared to Star Lord, which is good. Now, the mind damage, I think they are really setting up for Apocalypse Tier 4 in the near future because I feel Apocalypse is gonna also have the mind damage just like the previous uniform. Also, Wanda Tier 4 around the March or April update should we should be able to get Wanda Tier 4, and Wanda always has had the mind damage and she will be OP replacing Captain Marvel, which is a good thing. And then we have the poison. Now this one doesn't make sense at all at the moment because Green Goblin right now is fire damage. So maybe it might be a sneak peek or a hint for a new poison damage Green Goblin uniform, which is the original Green Goblin sort of look that he will get back with maybe a tier 4 or something in the future. And we might be able to use this Odin's blessing on Green Goblin. So as I said, this thing looks to be a must-have for the future. All the characters, and there are so many elemental characters in the game already they can use, and not just Jean Grey, by the way. Ghost Rider also is gonna give you the best value probably apart from this thing. He's the striker for every character in every single day. He's the meta for his own day, and he's basically the best overall value character in the whole game for Alliance Battle characters at the moment, and is OP as heck in World Boss Legend as well. So as I said, this thing looks to be the only thing that is kind of must have. Also apart from this thing, I feel Hope Summers is the other one. So she could be the combat female meta replacing maybe Nebula, making Nebula a 22 days meta, the shortest meta up to date. Shortest meta before this one actually was Hydra Captain America, which stayed about I think 24 to 25 days before Magneto's white uniform actually replaced him. Now Hope Summers could replace Nebula, making her the 20 days meta that she was. So Hope Summers as well as the new Odin's blessing are the only thing I feel are good in this update. Apart from that, the whole thing looks like a big skip. And I am sad about that. I'm not happy about that. The whole thing looks like a skip. Honestly, Exodus tier 2, useless. Hope Summers may be meta, but if she's only like 500, 600k, you don't want to spend 8,000 crystals almost on Dulux pack for a 600k increase in ABX, which might just get like replaced soon, because we will get a combat tier 4, combat female tier 4 very soon, in probably the upcoming months. So I don't know if that's really gonna be worth it. Havok being the transcended characters, providing no value at all in PvE department, only Alliance Conquest. But so it like just going towards the AC part and completely ignoring the PvE part, apart from the Odin's blessings as well as Hope Summer. So I don't know. The whole epic quest looks like a big skip from the get go, at least for now, unless the patch notes take something insane and promising with them. I feel it's gonna be a total waste of materials and crystals at the moment. But obviously, it's epic quest. They're always useful. You can always complete them. It's nice to have them, and Dulux pack always help them. Always actually help you over the time with the guaranteed per day materials, which are good. But do they actually provide insane value just like other epic quest? I'm not sure. I can't see that at the moment. Apart from Hope Summers and apart from the Otis Blessing, I do not see any humongous value on any of these characters that you have to finish them quickly as possible. Maybe you can just take your time and don't really pressure yourself on really pushing this epic quest. Like, I was really excited, but honestly, right now I'm kind of unsure about what exactly to expect and if to expect anything good at all or not. So you guys can let me in the comment section, what do you think about the epic quest? What do you think about my thoughts on this whole thing? I was excited. I'm still hoping that something good might come with the patch notes. Hope Summers looks nice as the combat female meta, but really excited to see how much of a difference she makes from Nebula triple swap gameplay. And the Odin's blessing looks nice, but apart from that, all the other characters, honestly, really sad to say, kinda look lame for a all new different epic quest right now in the game. Do let me know what you think about that. Do give this video a like if you do enjoy the content. Subscribe the channel also if you have not already did that. And as always, if you do enjoy the content, I hope to see you again. Take care. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.